Rematch has just dropped, and if you're diving into it for the first time, there's a lot the game doesn't tell you. In most games, I'm a pretty average player, but in every single Rematch beta, I've hit top rank. I've spent 100 long hours learning the hard way so that you don't have to. Today, I'm giving you 14 essential tips I wish I knew starting out, from core mechanics to mind games, plus a few that might just save your sanity. Whether you're here to climb or just want to stop passing the ball to the enemy like I did on day one. Let's get into it with tip number 1. The ball moves faster than you.
Ooh, hello.
Nice. Do it.
The one thing I was taught when I was 6 years old and playing football is that no matter how fast you are, the ball is quicker. In essence, that means that passing the ball is the best way to progress up the pitch. A lot of players seem to forget the fact that they can cover a lot more ground more quickly by finding a teammate rather than dribbling the entire length of the pitch. Funnily enough, that leads us into tip 2. Teamwork beats individual skill 99 times out of 100. You might be cracked in 1v1s, maybe you've got some nasty mechanics, fast reactions, you win every single duel, that's great. But Rematch isn't just about ego. The game is built from the ground up for team play. You can't just run off on your own and expect to win. You've got to coordinate, rotate properly, support your teammates, set up plays and finish them too. It's about timing, awareness and trust. Knowing when to pass, when to bait, when to go all in. Because the second you start playing like Team Z from Blue Lock, a team that's working together, even if they're not as mechanically gifted, will tear you apart. You'll get collapsed on, countered and outplayed without ever knowing what hit you. Rematch rewards smart, connected play, so you keep grinding your 1v1s, but if you want to actually win games, learn how to play as a team. Or you get bodied by a team that does, like mine. Rolling in at number 3 is input buffering. This one is really important for scoring more goals. So what we're going to do is break down this clip that I've put on the screen right now. So you'll notice as I turn my back away from the ball and face the goal, there is an indicator. If we go forward a little bit further, you'll notice that this is when we can officially interact with the ball. Well, what if I told you you can actually press the button beforehand? If we go back, I actually pressed it on this frame. This skill is essential for getting priority over opponents. Tip number 4 is check the bounce on the minimap. The minimap shows ball trajectory in real time. If you're only staring at your player, you're missing half the game. When you see someone is sending in a cross, take a quick glance down at your minimap to make sure you're going to where the ball will land. I'm actually, ironically, somewhat notorious for missing these recently, and I've started actively training myself to look down at the minimap more often. If you look at the clips we are watching, you'll notice that I actually start running towards the indicator rather than where I predict the ball is going to land. And tip number 5 is subscribe to Boulder Gaming. Look, you've already made it this far. If these tips are helping, imagine what my next videos will do. Hit that subscribe button like it owes you some money. And whilst you're there, you might as well give the video a like to help me out. Mwah. Tip number 6 is how to counter rainbow flicks. I'm going to start off by saying, stay grounded, bait them, and do not panic. Time your challenge after the ball reaches the apex of the arc, but do not use the tackle button. Instead, use the push ball mechanic. This is because it's much faster and easier to control. You can also just try to body block or dash backwards, but never try to tackle them. That was a nice and short tip. Moving on to number 7, mute your teammates. Not because communication isn't important, but because tilt will lose you games faster than any bad play. One silly comment, one stupid ping, and suddenly you're not thinking about positioning or plays. You're thinking about how annoyed you are. And then that's when mistakes happen. Mute them, regain focus, and play your game. You can always unmute later, but if you let the tilt take over, you'll throw a winnable match just to prove a point. And trust me, it's never worth it. I was checking settings.
That's fine.
Tip number 8 is pass into the corner on one-on-ones. This one is genuinely close to my heart. I've been using the pass mechanic as a shot since the early betas, and here's why. It's so much harder for a keeper to read. Backboard shots are great at low level, sure, but they come with a whole lot of build up. That little pass animation is lightning fast and almost invisible. Blink and you'll miss it. The ball slips past the goalkeeper before they even get their dive started. It's sneaky, effective, and absolutely disgusting when you pull it off in a clutch moment. Moving on to tip number 9 is trust your teammates. Sometimes the best play is no play at all. You don't always have to be the main protagonist. If your teammate is in a better position, let them take the shot. That small act of trust builds chemistry, and chemistry, that's what wins games. When everyone's in sync making smart, unselfish plays, it's like magic. You start reading each other without needing callouts. That's team synergy, and it's what separates highlight reels from real wins. Tip number 10 is, ironically, do not trust your teammates. On the other hand, be ready for the chaos. Look, not everyone is going to have watched this video. Not everyone gets it. 1 second, you're lining up a perfect run. And the next, your teammate passes it straight to the opposition, spams, cross it! And goes full Bachelor mode, dribbling into 3 defenders. Always have a plan B. A little motto of mine is assume the worst and hope for the best. And when the chaos hits, be the calm in the storm.
Far post. There you go, these.
8 goals.
Let's go! On to tip number 11, don't use the defensive stance to receive the ball. If you've played football in real life, it makes sense to square up and brace for a pass. So naturally, a lot of players use defensive stance to receive a ball, but in game, that actually works against you. Your character doesn't need to brace. They'll control it perfectly and be ready to run instantly. Defensive stance just slows you down and locks you into a clunky animation. Trust your character and stay mobile. Tip number 12, to head of the ball, use the pass button. Correct. Not shoot, not jump, pass. It feels weird the first time, I know, but once it clicks, it unlocks an entire aerial toolkit. You'll start pulling off headers from crosses, rebounds, and even cheeky little dinks over the keeper yourself. And fun fact, I'm literally known for my header goals. Why? Probably because I've got no hair to cushion the impact, meaning more power. Tip number 13, hidden mechanics are plenty. There is so much this game doesn't tell you. Hidden mechanics, weird tech, little tricks that make a massive difference once you learn them. I've actually got a video on all of this coming out within the next week, I promise that. I'm just currently making sure it's as good as it can possibly be. I'm not the fastest editor in the world, but I am thorough. And finally, tip number 14, positioning is king. Here's the truth, you don't win by chasing balls, you win by being where you're needed. Good positioning creates chances, great positioning creates goals. You can be the flashiest player on the team, but if you're out of position, you're just a spectator. I've personally been told I'm the positioning king, and I wear that crown proudly. One top G even said, you're a positional striker like Haaland, not a technical one like Neymar, which I took as a compliment. Alright lads, if even one of these tips helped you, please remember to drop a like. It really helps the Boulder brand grow. If you want more rematch content like guides, beautiful, bombastic gameplay, or my dirty competitive art that's coming, make sure to subscribe. If you've got any questions or found a tip that I've missed, drop it in the comments. I reply to every single one. And don't forget to join my Discord. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the pitch.